Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. First, let me introduce myself. My name is Rifatul Ilmia. I'm from English Education of Majapahit Islamic University. Now, I want to present about the journal, and the title of the journal is A Study on Teaching Learning Reading Skill of Descriptive Text on the 8th grade student of SMPN Dokotarjo in academic years 2018 and 2019. And then the first slide, and I want to show you about the material of the journal. The first slide is chapter 1. In the chapter 1, there is a background of study. And in the background of study, there are a reading and descriptive text. The first is reading. Nuttall in 1996 said the reading is an activity that essentially concerns with the transfer of meaning from mind to mind, a message from a writer to reader. And reading is an active process which consists of recognition and comprehension skill. Reading is an important activity in life with which one can update his or her knowledge. And then descriptive text. Descriptive text is a kind of the text with a purpose to give information. The context of this kind of the text is description of particular of things, animal, person, or others. And the main objective of a descriptive text is to inform. And the general structure of descriptive text is, the first is identification, identifies phenomenon to be described, and the second is description, describes of parts, qualities, and characteristics. And then in the chapter 1, there is a problem statement. The first problem statement is, how is the method used by the teacher in improving reading skill in descriptive text on the 8th grade students of SMPN Dokotarjo in academic years 2018 and 2019? And the second problem statement is, how is the evaluation that is used by the teacher in teaching reading descriptive text on the 8th grade students of SMPN Dokotarjo? And then the next slide is chapter 1 is significances and objective of the study. The first is significances of the study to researcher, to students, and to teacher. The result of the researcher can give more experience and knowledge for writer or reader about descriptive text and can be useful for English teacher in their teaching reading. And then to student, the researcher hope the paper give help the students to understand about descriptive text and can get knowledge about new information from the reading text. And then the last is to teacher. To teacher, they give some information and knowledge about teaching reading descriptive text, using descriptive text, and can make teacher to settle the student problems. And then the objective of the study, to describe the material, the method, and the evaluation that is used by the teacher when teaching reading descriptive text on the 8th grade student of SMPN 2 Kutarjo. And the next slide is chapter 2. There is a literature review. The first is reading. Reading is most useful and important skill for people. This skill is more important than speaking and writing. Reading is a source of choice. Good reading is that which keeps student regular in reading, which provide him both pleasure and profit. Reading in second language learning is one important skill because by reading, someone will enlarge and increase his or her knowledge. Reading can also improve their vocabulary. And for grip and stroller, reading is the ability to draw meaning from the printed page and interpret this information appropriately. And from amphipathal side, reading means to understand the meaning of printed word, written symbols. Reading is an activity process which consists of recognition and comprehension skill. And then chapter 2 is literature review of teaching reading. Teaching is the process of transferring knowledge, making the student understand about what they learn, and helping the student difficulty in learning process. As according to Brown, say that teaching is creating and facilitating learning, enabling the learner to learn, setting the condition for a learner. And Anderson states that the teaching reading usually has at least two aspects. First, it can refer to teaching learners who are learning reading to teaching learners who already having reading skill in their first language. Reading is a fluent process of readers in combining information from a text and their own background knowledge to build meaning. The goal of reading is comprehension. And then there is a reading activity are divided to three types. The first is pre-reading. Pre-reading activities are used to prepare students for reading. According to Fauzia, the activities during pre-reading may serve as preparation in several ways to access students' background knowledge of the topic and linguistic comment of the text. To give students the background knowledge necessary for comprehension of the text. To active the existing knowledge that the students possess. And then while reading activities, the student check their comprehension about the text. And then the last is post-reading. Post-reading activities function as a closing mark for reading class. The following are feasible activities for reading. For post-reading, the first is answering to questions to show the comprehension of message to multiple choice or true or false question. B. Students are given several possible summary sentences and asked to say which of them first of the text. And then the last C. Discussion associated with the passage they have read. And then descriptive text. Descriptive text is a kind of text with a purpose to give information. The context of this kind of the text is description of particular things, animal, person, or others. The main objective of a descriptive text is to inform. Is the case of the technical description is scientific, encyclopedias, handbooks, dictionary, and guides. It differs from report which describe things, animal, person, or others in general. And generic structure of descriptive text, the first is identification, identifies phenomenon to be described, and then description, describes parts, qualities, and characteristics. A previous study, and here I have 5 previous study. The first from Radiarniwati Sipayung in 2018, and the title of journal is Improving Students' Achievement in Reading Descriptive Text Through Reciprocal Teaching Strategy. And then from Fitriani in 2019, and the title of the journal is Improving Students' Descriptive Text Rating by Using Rating in the Here and Now Strategy at the 10th grade students of vocational high school. And then from Eris Nusa in 2019, and the title of the journal is The Use of Picture in Teaching Descriptive Text to Improve Student Writing Skill. And then from Harry Nuraini in 2019, the title of the journal is Improving Students' Writing Ability on Descriptive Text by Using Intensive Reading. And the last from Desi Wulandari, and the title of the journal is Improving Students' Reading Comprehension of Descriptive Text by Using Prediction Strategy. And I will explain some of the research journal. The first from Radiarniwati Sipayung. The title of the journal is Improving Students' Achievement in Reading Descriptive Text Through Reciprocal Teaching Strategy. And this paper describes how to improve students' achievement in reading descriptive text through reciprocal teaching strategy. And then from Erisles Nusa, the title of the journal is The Use of Pictures in Teaching Descriptive Text to Improve Students' Writing Skill. In this study, attempted to measure the use of picture in teaching descriptive text in improving the students' writing skill at 7th grade of SMP Negeri Karangjaya. And then from Heri Nuraini, and the title of the journal is Improving Students' Writing Ability on Descriptive Text by Using Intensive Reading. And this research is conducted in order to improve students' writing ability by using intensive reading at 10th grade of SMAN 14 Kabupaten Tangerang. And then the next slide is chapter 3. There is a research method. In this research, the researcher uses a qualitative research. And according to Bogdan and Taylor in 1976, in Moldoy, qualitative research is a research which yields the descriptive data in the form of written or oral words from observing people behavior. And then there is a context of the study. The study will be conducted at SMPN 2 Kutarjo in academic year 2018 and 2019. And then the subject of the study, there are two subjects of the study, the teacher and the student. Firstly, in the 8th year of the student in SMPN 2 Kutarjo. And then source data, there's 3 source data. The first is events, informant, and document. Events, the event of this research in the form of teaching learning process in the classroom, and then informant, the teacher and the student at 8 years of SMPN 2 Kutarjo. And then the document, in the research, the documents are source, the data are lesson plan and material. And then technique collecting data by observation. The observation method involves the researcher in watching, recording, and analyzing events. And then the interview. In this research, the researcher interviewed the manager of the teacher and the student. And then technique of analyzing data. The first is the researcher analyze the data by using observation based on the data from student of SMPN 2 Kutarjo. And then the validating data. The last step is drawing conclusion and give suggestion based on the data analysis. It explaining the meaning of the data in the. And then the last slide is references. And thank you. I think enough for my presentation, and I'm sorry if in my presentation there was a mistake. And I think enough. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.